Right, there we go. I think that should be sorted now.
Is everything fine now?
I think so. Okay. Technical issues sorted, boys. Right, so I did like a whole walk through the grid and everything, but we're just gonna have to do it quite quickly. Gonna bring up the image again. So the Turk is now back in the pit lane. He is a PB of 33 flat. Joe improving once again to a 32.5. But Van der Spek is doing consistent quick laps, a lot quicker than the other LMP1 drivers, so he's pulling out a gap and driving his own race. So it really is just GTEs, the front three, which are the close drivers on track so far.
Yeah.
Any requests in the chat? Anyone want to watch a specific driver or? But in the meantime, we will just stick on board with the front runners of GTE, as these are the closest cars on track. We'll go for an onboard lap with the Lexus BNR driver. As he comes down into Ascari. Late on the brakes, coasts in, and he's pulled the gap out. So that was a lovely corner. He's broken the slip to P8 and P9. So that leaves Joe and Octa to kind of play a little bit of catch up, as they are roughly, I think, a 10th out of slipstream range at the moment. Or he's just in it. He might be just in the bubble. He's just in it. A little bit of oversteer on exit. He's pushing a little just to try and break that gap. Try and give himself a little bit of breathing room. We'll go on board with Peachy just for a little bit. No real change in position, obviously, going down the grid. But blue flags, we do have blue flags. Van der Spek is coming past the Helix driver. Helix on Helix. Now we should see the Turkish driver not too far behind as well. Yep, there he is.
Gap forming between, sorry, the guy's name again. The Belgian and the German again.
Oh, the yeah, Roadrunner Joe and Octu.
Is it Otku or Otaku?
I'm gonna go I don't know.
Otaku. It's
Otaku?
on my screen. Yeah.
We'll go with Otaku.
ESR Otaku.
Yeah, but he's got his real name up, so. Oh, he has. Did he have to serve a penalty or something?
No.
No, so he just made a mistake. Okay, so he's fallen out of the slipstream range. I appreciate the Poggers commentary comment. Thank you, Bosworth. Roadrunner Joe's keeping good pace with the BNR driver. Aston versus Lexus. And blue flags are coming up as the leader of the LMP1s has come to pass for the second time, I believe.
It's gonna be close. Okay.
I reckon he might be able to.
Yeah, he'll pass it.
Yeah, he'll grab the position off to. And then I'm guessing we will pass them out of Lesmo to Roadrunner Joe and
You will get held up a bit.
Van Goring. All he passes Roadrunner Joe before Lesmo 2. Man on a mission. That was very nice and clean. Very opportunist. I correct myself. The Helix 2 driver coming out. Who will get Otaku out of Ascari.
Oh. The Swede almost lost it again. But he has caught up to badly, so...
Okay, so we will watch that on board footage. Yeah, Ekstrom has been working hard over these past few laps trying to climb back that lost time. He's got the tyre advantage, so I mean the tyres may be starting to lose a little bit of life now, but Godley has picked himself up a half a second penalty. Oh, and he's gone deep, and that is a shame. A shame of a battle we've just missed out on. But you know Ryanair can't always deliver. But no, that is a shame. I mean, it's worked out perfectly for Ekstrom. He doesn't lose that time trying to pass him again, and that risk of spinning out. I think Godley has lost a little of composure. Oh, this little acceleration. That was sketch. Right, yeah, now LMP1s are very spaced out. Massimus 23 seconds adrift from Joe. Joe's 15 seconds adrift from Shannon. And then the Helix drivers are still relatively close on track, 6 seconds apart. Running through the GTEs. Oh, the blue flags must have distracted Haku just then, unfortunately. Lost a little bit of time. Massimo gets past. Nice, easy and clean. Dan seems to be on a little catch-up spree to Peachy. Well, I mean, they're running roughly similar laps, so this will be, when it comes to pit stops, that will be a little interesting. Peachy's got the better fuel and better tyres at the moment. But yeah, now Octo is a little adrift from the front two. But Van Goering and Roadrunner Joe.
Side by side with.
Yeah, it's BNR and BNR, so be a bit of team communication there. No real time loss for either driver. Maybe a little bit of time lost for Van Goering as Roadrunner Joe's back into the slipstream range.
Yeah.
Lexus has the better fuel, but the Aston seems to have a little bit better tyre wear. Oh, snap overs there, well caught. Run through the oil once again. That's the lap cars are coming up to lap Peachy as they've just got past Done. Well, we will just go through the livery, very nice looking livery with the purple accents. Might be slightly bad signal. I mean, it is from South Africa, so I'm not sure how the internet is, but it's not too bad. But Roadrunner Joe is catching now with that Aston Martin straight line speed.
Joe's on a speedy lap.
Joe is utilising all of that slipstream to his advantage. Might go for the fastest lap. It's a new fastest lap for himself, 47.3. Caught by 6.5 tenths to the Lexus. Will he go for the move or will he play it safe? Plays it safe, early break. Just biding his time. Good exit from the Lexus there, out of the first chicane. So Godley now 8 seconds adrift from Ekstrom. Ekstrom lapping some traffic now. Oh, nearly lost it again. That battery is really giving him a kicking today. Testing his true abilities coming out of the chicane. Massimo pushing it out of Lesmo 1. On the limit there. Very close. I believe Massimo's coming out on some GTEs.
Leading group GTs. The Belgian guy, really close.
Won't lose any time, should get past him quite easily. Goes for a nice pass on Otaku.
We might have a move into turn 1 with the lead of the GT.
Depends if the Lexus driver takes advantage of the LMP1 slip as fast as possible, which I think he will. Slots in the double toe for a few bits. Early upshift from the Aston Martin, he is closer than before. Will he go for the inside or will he play it smart? He's going for the inside, ladies and gentlemen. Down the inside, late on the brakes once again. He has retaken that position that Van Goering has held for such a long time, but Van Goering does get a better exit. He's close once again. Will he retake it? Same place as last time. Biding his time. Sticking it right on his bumper. When's he going to pull out? Oh, he's going to go for the outside. Oh, switchback. Later brakes again by the Aston. Well played. Parking the bus. Nice. He's learnt from last time. Holds the position very nicely. Nice move, Rodon, and nice defending. Now Van Goering has got some work to put in now, as he's been leading for the majority of this stint so far. How is he going to find it driving in the dirty air? Is he going to adapt to it quickly? Will he just bide his time, save more fuel? He does have the better fuel advantage, so when it comes to stopping, he will have a shorter duration in the pits, depending on strategies. Quick run through as an LMP1, as Ekstrom is coming through on Otaku. Again, BNR on BNR, so should favour Van Goering a little here. Nicely done. Double toe for a bit. Here comes Alexis. Lexus does have the greater speed in the straight line. Oh yeah, he goes for the inside. Will the Aston brake late? Or will he brake early? Similar braking. Will he hold it round the outside? Nearly. Roadrunner Joe relinquishes that position and bides his time again. This is allowing Otaku to catch up as these two battle. It's closed 7/10 in the past few laps. Can Otaku get back into the slipstream range and make that party of 2 a party of 3? Yellow flags in sector 1. Oh, someone's around. Who's that?
Godley.
Is it Godley? Godley's around, so we missed that, folks. Those mediums are really not treating him too well, as he's dropped, since we last checked in with him, 20 seconds back on extra now. So yeah, that spin cost him dearly, 17 seconds down on his best sector 1. Want to back up the order. Massimo still in the white. And Massimo's in. And Massimo's in with the most fuel out of everyone. He was still above that 10% threshold, but he's in. First 1, 2, stop.
Well,
Does Ekstrom come in? He comes in.
oh yeah.
Follows suit. We'll quickly look. Will the GTEs pop in for the first stop? Roadrunner Joe's gonna have to pop in. Does the BNR driver stay out? They both stay out. Roadrunner Joe is risking it. Otaku's still above 10% fuel.
They go for the move into turn 1. Pretty far.
Massimo's out now.
Great launch.
Will Massimo get
See.
past Otaku?
No, not yet.
No. Bides his time. Godley's in as well, 9% fuel. Does he stay on the mediums while we watch Extreme? Extreme has gone to 45% fuel, so it looks like it's going to be a two-stop from the driver. And the leaders have officially lapped the P5 driver of the LMP1s. Joe is in 7% fuel. So Massimo went to, must have been 45%, 50% fuel to Extreme has followed suit. Looks like Godley's putting in a full tank.
Will he be on the mediums again?
Just watching the GTEs as Van der Speck is coming past them again to lap them for the third time. Gets past all three of them very nicely. No issues for him then. Looks like Godley's having a long pit stop. He's putting fuel in. And Joe is out. So Joe's gone to 50%. And Godley has put 100%. He's on the softs now. Godley is behind Joe. Hopefully they brake nice and safe. No issues. Lovely stuff. So when do the Helix drivers come in? Are they staying out? It looks like they're going to go Okay, we are back up and running. Let me just check if the microphone is still good. Okay, had some technical difficulties there, sorry for that.
Oh, it's gonna be close.
But Van Goghen's coming out the pits. Roadrunner Joe should have the legs, and he's passed. But Van Goghen has gone to just above 50% fuel. So the undercut has worked well for Roadrunner Joe, but he's got to make those tyres last a little bit longer and that fuel. But we are back. Sorry for the technical difficulties once again. I do apologise. But Roadrunner Joe has made the undercut work. Will Otaku stretch this stint out more and make the overcut work for himself? So we are still waiting for Shannon and Van der Speck to come in, as Van der Speck is coming to lap P4. Is he going to let him pass? Blue flags, well played. That was close. Maybe gave a little kiss. Haku has picked up half a second penalty. Must have been through the second chicane or through the Lesmos. Vipers will be coming in at the end of this lap as he's running on fumes, same as Haku.
Interesting to see the LMP1 cars losing all their battery.
There is a split strategy between all classes. Peachy's still going long on this tank of fuel, same as Otaku. And then the leading LMP1's cars sticking it long. Van der Speck coming onto the back of Haku. Haku will be peeling into the pit lane. Van der Speck stays out for another lap. So I will assume that Helix driver 2 will be also staying out for another lap, or is there a split strategy by a lap also? Just to give that pit crew a little bit of a rest. They should be able to make a double stack work in the 14 seconds. So we will go to the leaders of the GTE, or net leader, sorry. 1.3 seconds separates them. Van Goghen is catching. He's 1.1 seconds now behind. Vipers and Haku in the pits now. J Dunn passing both of them, taking back the place he's originally in. Blue flags for the Lexus driver, as Godley's coming through with a half-second penalty. He might be okay, might not lose any time, as Godley will have to serve his penalty as soon as he passes Goering pretty much. Yep, goes to pass him, serves the penalty. Will he get past Joe? No, Joe holds the position. This will help Van Goghen a little bit. Close onto the back. Peachy is in for his pit stop on 0 fuel. And here comes Van der Speck as well. Van der Speck, the Helix driver, is stretching his fuel. Showing around the end of Parabolica. Might be staying out for another lap as well. Stays out for another lap. Winding down the order. Taku still going long. We'll be pitting in at the end of this lap. Gap closed by a tenth or so between Joe and Rian. Peachy is now out. Well ahead of Dunn. Peachy's gone to 75% fuel. Dunn put a full tank in. Aku put a full tank in. Vipers as well. Blue flags for the GTE net leaders. We will go to Otaku as he should be peeling into the pit lane any moment now. Nope. Goes one lap longer. Really stretching this stint, doing 22 laps, making sure he has the shortest stint possible. Definitely looking like a one-stop for Otaku here.
Should be saving fuel as well. So.
There we go, Massima passes Roadrunner Joe and Van Goering. Van Goering has picked up a penalty, sorry. Must have been through Ascari just then. Half a second, so he's worked to close that slipstream gap and he's going to lose it. But Helix driver 1, car 1 even, sorry, staying out. Car 2 staying out as well. Extra pushing it wide, coming out of Parabolica, using every single centimetre, millimetre of the track. Joe, Mighty Joe coming up to lap Otaku. Van Goering closed the gap once again, just a little bit to Joe. Gonna watch on board as this battle unfolds still. We're 14 minutes deep, and these two drivers are still toe to toe, neck to neck. We're still waiting to see where Otaku's overcut will place him, and to see whether the one-stop strategy will work, presuming that is the strategy he's on.
Well, he's 36, 38 or something like that.
Yeah, what he's done 40 minutes on half a tank, so he should be able to put in another maybe 60% and do the one stop where these guys will have to stop again. And here he is, Otaku is in for his stop. No, he should come up behind these two, but obviously he's running a different strategy, so it'd be close to see how this plays out in the long run. And Van Goering is coming to serve his penalty, and the leader of the LMP1 is in, so the Helix 1 driver is in. The Helix 2 car will follow shortly. Yep, Helix 2 is in. Change the tyres on Helix 1, he's putting in the fuel. Helix 2 about to enter the box. And enter the box, change the tyres. Let's see how much fuel on board Van der Spek is taking. Oh, we'll watch Otaku actually to see where he comes out amongst these guys. So, yep, top two are very clear. Roadrunner Joe losing a little bit of time to Extra and bloody getting the car left, right and central there. But yeah, Van der Spek putting 58% of fuel in. Helix 2 should follow suit and put 58 or around that mark in as well. 59, yeah, 1% difference. So yeah, 1 second between Joe and Van Goering. And then 10 seconds behind. As long as he keeps his pace, yeah, he's putting around 60% fuel, I'd say. I think Otaku is looking like the one stop is looking like the favourable strategy here. And then we have 30 seconds to drift. We have Peachy, who is about to be lapped by, I'm going to say, Massima? Oh, it looks like the Mighty Joe, sorry. So LMP driver in third, coming to lap. Make sure, folks, to check over on YouTube to see how the other lobby is doing, so you can compare times, see where you are in reality, obviously, because we had such a large amount of applicants that we had to split it over 2 lobbies. So that's why wind is not on, to make sure it's the fairest we can make it. Obviously, with different winds, it's different racing conditions. Joe gets past Peachy with no issues whatsoever.
Back in the slip, Mr. Audi.
Yes. Yes, Van Goering is right on the back of Joe. A great lap for Van Goering as he's caught 8 tenths on him. He really wants that position back. He knows he's got the pace. Can he get that clean air? He has got the fresher tyres and more fuel, remember, as Joe made that undercut work by he undercut the lap before. Van der Spek now coming up to them. And the spec is going to get them out of Lesmo 2, I would assume. And then get them down on the straight to Ascari. Yeah. Nice easy overtake for Van der Speck. Nice and easy. Stretching his legs. The gap's still around 3 tenths, 3-4 tenths. Van Goering is going to close onto the back of him into Parabolica and then take him down the main straight. Oh, he's going to go. He's thinking about it. Oh, late on the brakes. Cut back for Joe. Lovely stuff. Saw it, read it, received it. This is just Van Goering is now back in the split. He'll take full advantage of that with the long legs on the Lexus. Has the inside now, he should have this overtake done. Who will be later on the brakes? Pretty equal on brakes. Would Joe hang around? No. He relinquishes it. He sees it for what it is. Helix car number 2 now, coming to lap the GTE leaders. He should get them at a similar place as Van der Speck did. Yes. Well, Taku has lost a little bit of time just trying to get acclimated to that heavier fuel load and fresh tyres. Yep, exactly same place. Helix car number 2 will get past these GTE front runners. Round the outside. Oh, weaving. Round the outside of Joe, up the inside of Van Goering. And he's through into Ascari and onto the straight onto Parabolica. Well, Joe will not want to let this position go. He will have to fight tooth and nail to keep as close as he can to get this position back. That Lexus has the longer legs, but slipstream does still favour the Aston. Closing into Parabolica. Can he carry enough speed to get the move done into turn 1? He's closing. It's looking promising. 2 tenths, under 2 tenths. Under 1 tenth. He pulls out. Has the inside line. Brakes early, cuts back in. Just giving Van Goering a little taster, a little test. Trying to scare him into a mistake. Joe is playing the field, seeing what he can do, how he can test his car, see where he can put it, see if he can put him off. It's all about the mental game here, but ladies and gentlemen. These two have been driving very consistently, very close to each other, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out in the long run. Remember, we have another strategy amidst us. We have Ataku doing the one-stop as well as Peachy and the back runners, I would assume, of Haku and Vipers.
Peachy's too far back, but...
Oh, he's too far back, but it'd just be interesting to see how it would play out, the one-stop compared. Obviously, Ataku was with... Yeah, Ataku was with them for the majority of the first stint, and then went that 4 or 5 laps longer.
He will be ahead of it.
It just depends, because obviously these guys have a lighter fuel load, so they can put in a little quicker laps than they are constantly in the slipstream.
It's gonna be like a 40, 35 to 40 second stop for them, so Ataku might be...
I mean, Ataku's running mid-45s at the moment, while... Oh, Joe's running a little bit wide coming out of Parabolica, running 48s, 47s, high 47s, low 48s. Gontius picked himself up another half a second penalty as he comes into the burn zone. Ekstrom still hunting down Massimo, got that gap down to 14 seconds. They both have no battery. Joe has a little sliver of battery left. But it seems like Joe has caught a few couple of seconds to Shannon. As we work through the grid once again. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Jay Dunn has done some insane mileage with the Porsche. He's already done 13,000 miles with the Porsche.
My God.
This must be this guy's favourite car.
Jesus. So in context, it's 21,000 kilometers. 21,000. That is a lot.
One respect coming round to the inside of Peachy. Nice easy move. Helix 1 and 2 pretty much putting in identical laps last lap. 200 separates their lap times. Very consistent. Joe lost a little bit of time on that last lap. Joe's nearly out of the slipstream range. Van Gogh is pushing. As he was around 6 tenths faster that last lap. Joe is pushing as he's caught a few tenths just in that chicane. Taku still 13 seconds adrift. Holding good pace, he's now into the 47s. High 47s, low 48. Shouldn't lose him any time as the LMP1 cars should pass very easily down the main straight, down the straight into the Ascari. He will easily get him, or Massima have to wait, or will he get him just before the start of Ascari? Have to sit behind him for Ascari. Oh, as they come to lap Haku, this will help Joe as he will get the slip of the Porsche and then slip of the Lexus. Lexus pulls across to give the Porsche a slipstream. That lap was two very quick laps there. Joe putting in a 47.1 personal best, and Van Goring putting in a 47.5. Very good pace from these guys. As Peachy comes to lap Vipers, who's on the mediums. Might be a strategy call to try and stretch out the tyres as well as the fuel to complete that one stop. Oh, someone has picked himself a penalty, and it's Joe. Joe has picked up himself a second penalty, either coming through the first or second chicane. Now that's a shame. This will drop Joe back out of the slipstream range. So Joe's going to have to put in some quick laps to try and fix that mistake.
And the Swede has spun as well.
What? Oh, yep.
Yeah,
Ekstrom's lost around 10 seconds to Massimo, which is a shame as he was catching. There we go. Joe has served his penalty, and that frees Van Goring up as he's now 2 seconds adrift. So Van Goring can now run without staring in his rear view mirror. He can kind of have a little breather.
documented matching the gap to Joe.
Yeah, Otaku's still running some good pace. He's in the high 47s. This is where the split strategies occur in Stint 1. People testing out to see how the 2-stop will work, how the 1-stop will work. It is looking like Otaku is in the prime seat to take the win, in my opinion, for this stint. For the GTEs, I mean. Oh, blue flags. Joe is catching, he has caught a couple attempts in the start of this lap. 3 attempts so far. Someone has a penalty, and it's Vipers. Vipers has picked himself up a 1-second penalty, unfortunately. Would have been through the Ascari area. Ascari, sorry. Don't know why I said it so weirdly. Van der Spek coming to lap once again the GTEs. Nice, easy through Ascari, and then should get the move done on Roadrunner Joe as well. Yep, late on the brakes, nice and easy. Van Goering has his indicators on. Van Goering had a little bit of a slower lap that last lap compared to Roadrunner Joe. He was caught 7 attempts that lap. At least according to the lap delta. Otaku still staying within that, still same margin to Roadrunner Joe, 12 to 13 seconds around that. Just running nice consistent laps. Van der Spek on the back of Joe now. Oh, did Van der Spek make a mistake then? Yeah, Van der Spek must have spun or something. The leader of LMP1 must have made a mistake. I don't know if he got caught up in traffic, but the gap has come down between the 2 Helix drivers. As he's lost roughly 12 seconds. Don't know if he had a spin or whatnot, but he did pass Joe before at the same place as he's coming to lap him this lap. Lost a little bit of time there, but this is helping the Helix 2 driver catch up to the leader. The battle of the Helixes. Shame I didn't catch that for you folks. But it must have been just a spin coming out the first chicane or something along those lines, as it didn't look like he had a penalty. Ekstrom helping his teammate out a little bit. Helix 2 getting past.
I'm sorry, but what happened to Slender? I was on the bathroom.
I didn't catch it, but it must have been either a spin coming out of the first chicane, but he lost 12 seconds. It was a costly mistake, so it might have been a spin coming out of the first chicane, or maybe running a little wide coming out of the second chicane. But I only realised into like Lesmo 2 that he lost quite a significant amount of time. But Joe is pushing, as you can see, sliding out of that second chicane. But yeah, last lap for Van der Spek was a 46, which is 15 seconds slower than the lap he did previously. Maybe just push a little too hard and caught a curb. Or lap traffic, but unfortunately We won't know until after the stint is concluded, as we come round to the hour mark, starting lap 39 for the LMP1 class. And Van Goering will be starting lap 34 for the GTEs, who is now 2 seconds ahead of Joe, and then 14 seconds ahead of Otaku, 46 seconds ahead of Peachy. Dunn was 23 seconds behind, Haku 36, and Vipers is a minute adrift. And Joe is in. He is in. First of the 2 stoppers in. Which is a bit surprising, as we saw Massima pit before him, or on the same lap I believe, but Massima should be coming in at the end of this lap. So, first stop of the 2 stops. Let's see how much fuel he puts in. Obviously put a fresh set of softs in. Softs on, sorry. Massima's approaching Parabolica. Probably looking around 50% mark. Yep, bang on 50%. And oh, Massima stays out for another lap. He has a sliver of fuel. I would say that's a brave choice. But he may have calculated this bang on. We'll see. So I reckon so Joe should be coming in either this lap or next, as he is below the 10% mark. Looks like Van Goering will be around 15% fuel. Otaku obviously has plenty, same as the rest of the GTE drivers. So, yeah, must have stayed out. Someone picked up a penalty, it looked like. Might have been the back runners, but yeah, Joe stays out for another lap. And extra goes round past Vitus. Nice and easy. Helix 1 and 2, no real difference in the time. Joe's obviously just come out the pits, so he's now a minute behind. Massima will be coming in the end of this lap, so will Ekstrom. Godley's good to go to the end. Fuel-wise, may need to change tyres for another pair of softs, but it should be tyres, no fuel.
Otaku still managing to gap in.
Yeah, still around that 14-second gap to Roadrunner Joe, but remember, Van Goering has pulled out that 2-second gap to Joe. But it's still looking good for the one-stop strategy. And Massima is in. Entering the box now. And Ekstrom is coming round Parabolica. Should see him peel into the pit lane here. And once again, I am wrong. The fuel can go longer. Just a lap longer. Massima will be probably putting in 45% or somewhere around that mark. And he's out with 38. He's gone for the 40. He's got a light race car now. He's back out. And Van Goering coming around Parabolica now. Roadrunner Joe as well. Keeping close to the inside, so should see him peel in here. Yep. First of the 2 stoppers for the GTE class. We should see another 40%, 45% fuel. So this will be interesting to see. Yeah, Otaku should come out comfortably ahead, yeah, as he passes the pit lane now. Comfortably passing. May need to do a little bit of fuel saving. Let's see how much fuel Roadrunner Joe puts in, and then.
Run out of fuel.
Oh, did it?
I can't see anything.
No, he's got like a sliver. He's maybe got 0.1. He is chancing it, but we'll quickly go back to Joe has come out. Joe has put in, looks like 45%. We will quickly keep a close eye on Ekstrom to see if he runs out of fuel just before the pit lane. He's short shifting a little bit.
Oh,
He's just, as he enters the pit lane, runs out of fuel. That is, could not get any more fucking perfect. But he's in. Massimo will go past, obviously. So, that should be, Godley should only make a pit stop for tyres. I don't see the front two making a pit stop, maybe a little splash and dash on fuel. But yeah, Van Goering, last lap 47.5, Otaku 41.8. Joe's just come out the pits and he's got Van der Speck hounding him right now to get past him. Or get past him, and so should Godley. I'm guessing the Helix 2 driver will get stuck behind him a little. Which we will ride on board with the Helix number 2 car. As Godley stays behind as well, so they both are going to get held up just a little bit through Ascari, mainly Godley. And then should get nice overtake into Parabolica. And Van Goering, maybe he's got enough fuel for 2 laps or so. Yeah. They both get past the GTE driver of Joe. Then we have the other Joe in LMP1. But yeah, this is where the strategy plays into effect. Yeah. So Otaku may need to do a little bit of fuel saving here, but Van Goering should come out maybe 18 seconds behind Otaku. They'll obviously have fresher tyres and they'll have more fuel to play with, so they will be able to go flat out to the end, where Otaku will be managing his tyres and fuel, making sure he can stretch that stint out. The back end of the GTEs will also be doing the same strategy, stretching out that one stop. Van Goering staying out. Try and minimize the time lost on that last stint. On the last stint, sorry. Run as much as you can to put in as little fuel as possible and get the fresh rubber and gas it. The gap not really changing too much between Roadrunner Joe and Otaku. So we will. Would anyone like to ride on board with anyone specific in the Twitch chat? Well, in the meantime, we will watch Van Goering. Low on fuel and should be coming into the pits any lap now. So this will be a pretty good representative to see where he comes out in comparison to Joe and Otaku. He's obviously run 3 laps longer, I think, in total on this stint, and then he's got some work to put in to catch up that gap to Otaku on the one stop. This is where conservative one stop versus full out 2 stop. Tyres on now. Godley in for fresh tyres. There goes Otaku. Van Goering will probably put in around 40% fuel, I would imagine. Where is Joe coming down the main straight now?
Oh,
Oh, it's going to be close. Will Joe get past? Oh, I don't think so. It's a bit of a long run. But will Haku get past? Will this hold up Van Goering a little? This will hold up Van Goering a little. This helps Joe. Yellow flags in Sector 1. I think Godley may have gone round slightly or something, but Van Goering 2 seconds ahead of Roadrunner Joe. No real difference. Otaku 20 seconds ahead. They've got to catch 20 seconds in 20 minutes. A second a minute. It's very possible. It's going to be a hard job because Otaku's not running bad pace. Consistently in the low 48s, and we have seen he will dip into the 47s. And the fastest laps we've seen from Van Goering is that 46.7 so far. So Van Goering has to be on the limit. But yeah, like I said, Otaku may have to do a little fuel consumption here. Have to save a little, or go for a little splash. But has Van Goering taken too much fuel, or has Joe taken too little fuel? But Peachy is 30 seconds adrift from Joe. Done. Still around about the same pace. But yeah, Helix 1 and 2 still running similar pace. Still quite close to Chevron crash. Oh, Vipers has gone off in the second chicane, gone through the bollards. Has he got himself some damage? No. Is damage on? Because I would assume that would have given damage. He's driven straight into a bollard. But we move.
I can check it. It's heavy damage.
Okay, so wow. You can drive straight into those red barriers and they won't give you damage. Unless that Merc is just a solidified tank.
Well, it's German.
Oh, bollards. I would assume so, because it's like hitting a wall, isn't it? So it should cause damage in theory. Van Goering pulled a little 2-3 temp gap to Roadrunner Joe. He has caught a second so far to Otaku, so as the time comes down, it's going to be an interesting end to the race. As I would say, LMP1 is pretty clued up by the front. I can't see Helix 1 or 2 losing a minute to Joe. Action right all over the back of Haku coming out of the Scary. Yes, they should give damage, but like you said, it is GT7. But I would have thought so, especially under heavy damage. As Godley comes to get past and lap Otaku, the leader of the GTE right now. Nice, easy, just walk out Otaku a little bit slipstream. Van Goering.
Joe runs wide. He made a mistake.
Oh, Joe! That was unlucky. Looked like he just caught some time as well to Van Goering, and then that mistake has cost him the chance of sticking with Van Goering and potentially getting that P1 position.
I mean, P2.
No, P1. Because Van Goering is on the hunt for Otaku.
Yeah, but he won't catch him.
We'll see, you never know.
Realistically, I mean,
Well,
if only
Otaku has
makes
Otaku has 25% fuel.
And how many minutes to go?
16? Should be okay, but
Yeah.
Van Goering's got the fresher tyres. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see. Yeah, no, it should be fine. Yeah, it looks like as long as no one makes any mistakes, these results are pretty solidified, I'd say. The one stop is the superior strategy. So teams, Make notes. Oh yeah. Look at Halex 1 and 2 running their one-stop strategy. Joe a minute behind, who was roughly 20 seconds behind. Just for stint 1. What is the strategy? Massimo picked himself up a half a second penalty. Well, Godley's put in his fastest lap of the race, 34.5. But yeah, Tucker 18 seconds clear of Van Goering. Oh, stint 2 to 4 has double fuel and tyre wear. Good to know.
Huh?
Stint 2 and 4 have 2 times, apparently.
Why?
I don't know, 2 times fuel and 2 times tyres.
So are we gonna have?
Yeah.
That changes everything.
I should have done stint 1 and 3 then. Because I have the worst tyre wear. Just text Zen just to confirm it.
Okay. Zen keep.
Wait, Simtech, are you texting while driving? I don't think that's advised. Where'd you get your license from? Simtech, that's my thing. That's my flex. So is it the same settings throughout? I'm guessing it's the same settings throughout. I think Sikkim just got the wrong information there.
For what stint? 2 times star?
No. That's fine. No. I think someone told Sikkim the wrong information there.
Raging.
Ride on board. Just turn the telematics off for a bit. Ride on board with Pekka as he wants to text to drive. Given that added pressure. Comms okay, ECU, corners, powertrain, chassis, auxiliary. As he goes past Van Goering. Oh, yellow flag. I don't know who had the incident or what. Well, it said yellow flags in sector 1 for a bit, but everything looks all okay. Yeah, that gap's closed by 2 seconds. Van Goering is putting in that pace. He is running consistent 47s. Otaku is in the mid 48s now. Mid to late 48s. Godley has picked himself up a 1.5 second penalty, which he will have to serve coming out of Ascari. We'll ride on board as he gets rid of that penalty. Oh! Van der Spekker's got engine damage!
Oh!
What have we missed?
Oh, I don't know.
He must either a spin or must have hit another car. Let's have a look. Has he hit another car? I can't see anyone else with any damage. That is huge damage. Huge damage.
So late into the race as well.
That is a shame. He's got front downforce, front right suspension, and engine damage. Second, can we get a confirmation? What happened? This is why you shouldn't text and drive. That's a costly mistake, as he was running a great race. Obviously made a little mistake earlier, but he's been very consistent throughout and the pace has been good all round. That is a shame. Should be able to hold on to that P2 position, as Joe is 1.5 minutes behind. But that means Helix 2 will win this stint, hitting the inside flank. Oh, damn. But he should, yeah, he'll easily hold P2, but that is time wasted that wasn't needed.
And he goes a bit deep. The third one.
Yeah, as we go into the final 9 minutes. The gap between Otaku and Van Goering is 14 seconds. Joe is
Something happened to Joe as well. He pitted 2 laps in a row.
Who did?
Joe.
What? Which Joe?
The mighty Joe. He pitted like lap 46 and lap 48.
No, it might be a glitch for you.
Oh, it's a glitch, sorry, yeah.
Oh, he's off again!
Oi, 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 oi. No damage this time, though.
No damage, but
Jesus.
maybe those tyres are cooked.
Oh, they are. Well, the Turkish guy has worse tire wear than him.
Yes.
So he's managing it better.
I have jinxed Van der Speck. This is what's happened. I've given him the commentator's curse. That is a shame. But luckily no damage this time. So just needs to keep his head cool, regain his composure, and should be smooth sailing. But yeah, as we make our way down the grid, no real changes really. Gonna watch on board with Otaku as he tries and gets past the Vipers, as he should give way. Blue flags are available right now. Holding up Otaku a little bit here, not working to his favour, but he's got 8 minutes and he should hold this position nicely. His Vipers is not relinquishing this at all. No, Vipers is not obeying blue flags. Luckily he breaks, Otaku breaks late and gets past him, but yeah, that's not sportsmanship right there. Blue flags are there for a reason. They need to be obeyed. Joe is now 5 seconds back from Van Goering. Van Goering is 12 seconds adrift from Otaku. And Massimo is coming up to lap them. Well, they picked up another penalty. We will do a lap on board with the leader for the meantime. Just watch it on the TV cam. to move on. Peach. Sikkim picked up some damage in lobby 2. Four minutes remaining. We'll watch on board the leader on the GTEs for a little bit. We had such a close race, pretty much all race long, and then last stint really, everyone's kind of like staggered out. The main talk of the last stint has pretty much just been Van der Speck and his unfortunate accidents. As we're kind of watching this gap kind of come down, but it's not going to come down enough, so it looks like the one stop has played very favourably to Otaku. I think if even if Van Goering had that open there the entire time, it wasn't compounded, might have been 2-3 seconds closer, but ultimately he didn't lose too much time. Just have a look. Run through the order.
Last minute.
Yeah, as the Helix #1 car comes round to start the final lap, as its tyres are screaming and fuel is timed once again to perfection. So he will be starting his final lap now. He will be the only one to start lap 58. Van der Speck should come across the line and finish this lap. Joe has just started 57. Masma will finish on 56. Ekstrom on 56. Godley on 55. The GTEs will finish on 50 for the front three. As I believe, yeah, Peachy comes around Parabolica, and this should be him crossing the line. And first of the finishers is Peachy, then we have Haku. Then we have Van der Speck, who comes across to take P2. Next to cross the line will be P11, or will it be Godley? It will be P6 of the LMP1s. Then we will have the Helix car, the Helix Porsche, and the GTEs coming across the line. Then, as we scatter to find him, P5 for BNR, BNR2 I believe. I'm trying to find people. Joe comes across the line, finishes in P3. And Otaku takes the win for the GTEs in Lobby 1, Stint 1. 10 seconds ahead of the 2-stop from Van Goering. Coming home for P3 in the GTEs is Roadrunner Joe, 4.5 seconds adrift. And we will be waiting. I missed the leader of the LMP1 who came across the line convincingly with the lead. And that is it, everyone should be across the line. Well driven folks, congratulations to Helix 2 and to Otaku for the class winners of Lobby 1. So, while we wait, run you through the order. So, we have Helix 2 winning the overall lobby, Helix 1 finishing in P2, BNR, not sure which number, sorry, BNR 1 I'm going to go with the Mighty Joe finishing P3, Massimo finishing in P4, BNR 2 finishing in P5, then we have the TCR car of Ryanair, P6, and the GTE Lobby 1 Stint 1 winner, we have Otaku. Van Goering for BNR finishing in P8. Roadrunner Joe coming home for... No, congratulations everybody. That is the first stint done, 1.5 hours done, 90 minutes down.
GG's.
There wasn't any crashes between drivers on that stint. It was mainly Van der Speck had coming off and he got some engine damage. Ekstrom had a few spins, but no real car-on-car crashes. Just more driver errors. But that concludes Stint 1. Like I say, congratulations once again to Helix 1 and to Otaku for being the Lobby 1 Stint 1 class winners. I will be signing off now and preparing for my stint. Thank you all for watching and hope you enjoyed my commentary, as well as my co-commentator Yugi, who was barely here, but we'll give a mention to him.
Come on.
So,
you're the main commentator, that's why.
Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all in Stint 2.